Hey, I think we are live. We are trying out something new, so please bear with us. If you're joining us, you have found Confidence Strategies 101 with Carmen Milagro and Mauricio Mejia. We are trying to do something a little different today, and as you all probably know by now, we are newbies at this, just like you all are, or most of you are. And we're trying to just figure things out. So we had a surprise for you, and we're trying to make it happen. But we also want to give people a chance to come on and join us. I'm going to turn off my phone because I can just imagine that it is going to ring in the middle of all of this. And that's another distraction that I won't be able to handle at the same time. So let me just do that. And what else do I have to do here? And that should do it. And yes, we are getting ready to go live. It is Cinco de Mayo. How are you all celebrating? I hope you're safe and sheltered and wise in your celebrations, but celebrate nonetheless we shall, right? We all have our different ways. I've got my green juice margarita, but it is alcohol free because I don't drink when I work most of the time. I don't do that. So enjoy. I am waiting for our co-host, of course, but we are, we're playing it by ear. We are still in the training wheel phase and we still have to work out some kinks. So it's fun and we're not going to stress over it, but I do want to just welcome everyone again. This is Confidence Strategies 101. I'm based in San Francisco. And it's been a beautiful, beautiful day today. I hope that you are enjoying the holiday, the Cinco de Mayo holiday. So let me see if I think, here we are. Yep, I think that did it. Okay. Well, let me see if we can, we're going to just wait a few more minutes. Otherwise, we'll get started. There's a couple of things that I would like to mention, just some housekeeping things. On this end, I don't know how to see or fix this yet, how to see your name when you make a comment. So in the comments, if you have a comment to make or a question, please put your name in the comment itself. That I can see on my screen here. So, oh, well, there you go. See, oh no, I guess I can see you. Dr. Laura, thank you for joining us. I can see you. Yay, we fixed that. Okay, I'm very excited now. I don't know if most of you know that I am the world's worst tech person. And so when something goes right like this, I get very, very excited. But we're still, a little bit early. This is just sort of like the pre-warm up. I'm waiting for my co-host. We had something special planned for you. We're hoping that it will happen. Hi, Daphne. Thanks for joining us. I'm glad that you're having your wine on your deck. That sounds like a really good idea. And maybe after the show, I will have a little drink to celebrate. But while I'm on camera, I definitely don't want to do that. It's just not my style. And so anyway, we are trying to work out some of the technical issues here. Hold on, I have a text. Oops. Nope, something totally different. But for those of you that haven't seen our show before, we are Confidence Strategies 101 with your hosts Milagro and Mejia. We're waiting on Mejia. And, we are going to just wait a few more minutes. I know that I can see that there's a few of you watching, so thank you so much for joining us. It's always very interesting to do something live. As you may or may not know, you may be doing the same types of exercises in your world and the work that you all do. This is just something that it's part of the process. It's part of the learning curve. Both Mauricio and I are very, very clear that we are not tech people. So we are doing our best, and we probably will get started with a little housekeeping. Hi, hola, Brenda. Oh, hi, Veronica. I'm so glad. I'm so excited that I could see the names this week. It really is helpful. And I do have my notes here, so I don't want to get totally off track. But, one of the things that we want to really focus on in the show is, we have two different styles. Mauricio and I have a lot of similarities in the way that we approach business, the way that we engage in life. We are very, very similar in a lot of ways, but we're also quite different in our approach to certain things. And it's not to say it's a good or bad thing. It's just, we're just two different people, two different genders. We have two different viewpoints and styles. We have different curriculums that we work off of when we work with the people that we coach. And so what we decided to do, what we wanted to do in this format, is to bring all of this together to help. That's what we do. We want to help you. And with this show, not only share some stories and insights, but also share our resources, our advice, our experiences, our networks. And, we know that individually, because, we are so different, that some people are going to draw into Mauricio. He's a very specific type of coach. He coaches people who are already on their way to becoming multimillionaires. That's his client base. Mine is not that super focused in that area. Of course I can, but my area is those people who are just starting their journey, who maybe have never even thought about starting a business or becoming an entrepreneur. And they have all these questions and feelings about how to do it. And there's sometimes lack of confidence, and there's lack of knowledge, and there's lack of tools. And where do they go? That's my focus. So between the two of us, we can cover the whole gamut. So that's what we do. We want to help you. And, we know people that can help you as well. So yes, I am trying to sort of keep it going here while we're waiting for Mauricio, and I hope that he can join us soon. But if anyone has any questions for me right now, that would be something that we could do. Hi, Luda. Thanks for joining us. I'm so happy to see you all, or to see your names anyway. But there's so many areas that confidence touches within us. From the confidence to get up and do something like this when you are just sweating because you're hoping that technology is going to get fixed and you don't know what else to do, or the confidence to just jump in and do something because your heart tells you to. But it's also strategies, when you're in the midst of life changes or having to make pivots in life and change direction. Do you have that confidence from within? And if you don't, how do you get there? Now, I can't give anybody confidence, but I can certainly share tips and insights, and I can share ideas with some of the things that I've done throughout my life. And share those with whoever wants to be a part of that process. And it is a process. Typically, it's not something that changes overnight. Usually, that's not to say it doesn't happen. It usually is a process. So, today we are celebrating in our collective areas, wherever you are all over the US. Hola, Adrian. Hola. Hey, John, how are you? I am so excited that you're all tuning in just to listen to me talk. But for right now, we are honoring the Mexican victory, the Battle of Puebla. It was the scuffle between the Mexican army, the small Mexican army, and the larger French army. And that is what we celebrate in the United States on Cinco de Mayo. So you may be like Adrian, having a cold cerveza or tequila, or me, I'm having my green juice. I know, but it is in a margarita glass. So cheers. Hey, listen, one of the topics that we're going to touch on today. Oh, wait, I see him. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, okay. Now, are you walking around there? Hola, Mauricio. Can you hear me?
Hey, lower the monitor. All right.
Hey. Hola.
Hello,
¿Qué
hello.
Tal? Can you hear me?
Lower the monitor. More,
oh, okay.
More.
Probably
right.
not. Where are you, you crazy guy?
Hold on.
All right. You know, you're
Happy
like
Cinco de
upside
Mayo, by the
down.
way, everybody.
Well, thank you. Gracias. Igualmente. We've already got a number of people just
We
that
have
are
to jump
joining
out of
us.
the out of all the festivities over here.
Yeah, I can see that. So you're going to have to tell us where you are.
I will. I just have to get everyone on the team to lower their participate over here because they're not following the rules. Hey, George, can we tell them to lower the volume,
Hey,
please?
listen. Well, good, Liliana. I'm glad you're having a strawberry margarita. Salud. We do have a
Dude, we're done
question.
with the broadcast. Dude, tell them to lower it.
We,
Lower
we
the
do
monitor.
have a question. I'm going to try to address it. It's a question from Daphne Evans. And actually, this is right up your alley, Mauricio. Daphne asked, what do you suggest is coming into the post-pandemic? So many people need jobs, and she's thinking of starting an employment agency. Sounds like it is needed. So we're going to have to touch on that, I think, as well, once we get you into a quieter corner.
I'm going to have to walk to a different area because
Okay.
these guys are acting like it's 1993 and stuff. So.
And you're going to also have to turn your phone because you're sideways on the screen right
here we
now.
go.
Okay, now you're upside down.
There we go.
Nope, you're upside down.
Am I upside down?
Yes. Yes, we got it.
Oh my God.
Oh, this is hilarious.
So, Carmen, I'm going to tell you right now, this is part of us adapting to the new world.
That's right. Salud.
So,
He's working.
I'm going to share with you guys where I'm at today, and
please do.
So I made a commitment to you, Carmen, that we were gonna we were gonna do whatever it takes, and
that's right.
So I'm behind my restaurant, and we're in the trash area. So
okay.
Yeah. So right behind me, we are where the dumpsters are at because inside is a big party going on.
Right.
And I came prepared for this.
Yeah.
So I brought my tripod, and
nice.
I knew that I had a hunch I had a hunch that this was gonna happen.
Okay.
No, I honestly in my heart of hearts, I had a hunch that I'm like, you know what? First of all, I'm not gonna flake on my partner because you're my partner.
Right. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
And the other part
we are gonna see that.
So the other part is that we're gonna do whatever it takes, and we're gonna broadcast live from wherever we're at.
Right. Well, that's the authentic piece of this, right? This is what we do. This is real life adapting to the situation at hand. So that's part of being an entrepreneur, but it's also part of just dealing with life. So I was just reminding everyone, Mauricio, a little bit about what we're doing. And I was hoping that for everyone who's joined us for the first time, that you could give us that 30-second elevator bio, who you are, where you are exactly, and what are you drinking? Are you drinking?
So I won't say I was drinking. I had one or two margaritas.
Okay.
Hey. It is
no judgment. No judgment.
We own one of the largest Mexican restaurants in San Jose, Silicon Valley, Chacho's Mexican Restaurant, and we've been doing this for 25 plus years, and it's very interesting today to be in the environment that we're in, and that the fact that we're not celebrating Cinco de Mayo the way that we normally have done for the last 25 years.
Right.
And today with this whole quarantine and it's just the way the world is upside down.
Right.
Entrepreneurship is about pivoting.
Right.
Entrepreneurship is about adapting. What I want to, and I'm right here with the trash cans, guys. I'm like, look, this is no joke. I got a tripod on the trash can right now. Like, we want to talk about pivoting and making real kind of adaptation and really realizing the environment that we're in.
Right.
We're in the slums right now, like as entrepreneurs in the world, and sometimes we just have to adapt to our environment in order to make things happen. So normally this weekend will bring me between no joke, this weekend will bring me between $50,000 to $80,000 in just one day.
Right.
One day, Cinco de Mayo.
Right.
today we did probably about 10% of what we normally do. So if we're lucky, if we did 5 to 8 grand today, but we have to adapt, and
Right.
that's just the way that entrepreneurship is. We have to
Well,
pivot.
absolutely. And you know, there's reasons why people say things about us, and I'm going to talk about the positive things that people say about us, but you know, to me, you're the master of pivot. You're the master of the pivot. And people have said to me, you're the queen of reinvention, which is the same thing,
Woo!
you
I
know?
love it.
So
I
I
love
like
it.
this whole combination that we bring to the table. One of the questions that we just had, and I know that you have some knowledge in this, and so maybe we can make a connection for Daphne Evans. She's thinking about starting a staffing agency after this pandemic because she says it seems like it's needed. Do you have some real quick tips for her just individually just to address that question?
Yeah. So as you know, 2019 for me was a very tough year for me, and tough meaning that partnerships. You know,
Right.
there's a lot of things about strong partnerships, and well, I'm going to share a true story about me. I won't say any names because we're in litigation right now, but 25 years of a friendship,
Right.
6 years of a business partnership, and in the last 6 years, this year alone, we would have made $100 million together.
Right.
Um, when people start to make a lot of money and they don't come from money, or they come from money and they make more money, they get greedy. I
Right.
come from nothing. You know what? Maybe today's scenario, maybe today's background is a representation, because I come from nothing. The trash cans, the I mean, we're in a back alley of downtown San Jose, and you know, 2019 was very tough. July of 2019 became very difficult,
Right.
but I knew in my mindset, that this year, 2019, or by 2020, I was going to make 100 million. And then by 2021, I was going to be the first Latino, or one of the first Latino billionaires, with a unicorn company out of Silicon Valley. A lot of people don't know what a unicorn company means, or unicorn out of Silicon Valley means. It means that unicorn is very rare. And to be a Latino company out of Silicon Valley is even more rare.
Right.
So my partner Eric Osuna, we created a company back in 2014 called Latin Life,
That's how
and
we
then
met.
and then it converted to Latin Live, and right now we're doing broadcasting of all the Latin shows across the world live, and we're working on some big programming. And so aside from that, I had my staffing company, I have my construction company, I have my media company, I have all these different ventures that I'm part of, because in being an entrepreneur, you don't stop. I mean, look at Elon Musk, Tesla, SpaceX. He's got Solar City. He's got a bunch of different ventures. And when you're a true entrepreneur and you're hungry for bigger things and better things in life, you don't stop. You sacrifice your own life and your own time in life, because
Right.
you want bigger things in life.
Right.
So for me, I started a new company last Friday, CalX, California
That's
Labor
what I
Extension.
wanted to get to. Talk about a
Yeah.
pivot.
So for the last 6 years, I owned a company. I was a partner. I was a president and founder. President and founder. Let's make it very clear.
Right.
President and founder of California Labor Force. It's like Steve Jobs being the founder and inventor of Apple phones with Steve Wozniak.
Right. And we
And
know
what
what
happens
happened.
is,
We know what happened to Steve Jobs.
right,
We all saw the movie.
right. So Steve Jobs gets fired from his own company. Similar thing that happens to me July of 2019. I get put on paid administrative leave. Basically, I got fired from my own company,
Right.
and then 5 days before April 1st, April 25th, I get an email from a former partner that basically just cuts me loose from all my payroll, my expenses, and everything, cuts me loose, and I have to now fend for myself. As an entrepreneur, you know this as an entrepreneur, is that we have to pivot. There's no way that we can just kind of stand around and wait for the next decision. We have to make decisions right away.
Right. Because who
So
else is going to make that decision?
look, I'm gonna tell you, Carmen, and you know this. I've slept on the streets. I've gone to home. I've gone to bed hungry. I'm not ashamed of this because I shared it in my book, Smoke and Mirrors. Um, for me, I want people to understand that being an entrepreneur is not a glamorous life. It
It's
is
like
a,
being a musician,
you're right. Starving musicians. There's a reason why they make that statement. Starving musician. I'm um I'm a
which I
hardworking.
dislike, by the way. But
I
anyway,
know.
that's a whole other. That's a whole
I
other
know you.
show.
Hey, trust me. I can. It makes my hairs in the back
I
of my head
know.
kind of
I
like,
know.
you know. But the bottom line, at the end of the day, there's many entrepreneurs, there's many musicians, there's many artists.
Right.
I consider myself an artist in my own trade, and at the end of the day, the only way to survive for us, because I won't take a job. To me, to go work for a 9 to 5 job, it makes my stomach hurt. Makes me want to like. It just makes me nauseous. It just makes me
Yeah.
nauseous.
Believe me,
Makes
I
me.
know.
It makes it. It makes me nauseous. Um, the last thing I want to do is I want to be told by somebody that doesn't make as not that has never made as much money as I have to tell me what to do. So for me, what I've learned, and that's part of the reason why I launched CalX, was because I had to pivot. The
Right.
minute that I was fired from my own company, president, founder of my own company, I got fired on April 25th. I mean, on March 25th. On April 1st, I had no more paycheck, no more income. I went, Carmen, and I'll share this with the world. I went from making $100 million this year to zero. To zero. I mean, you
In
have
a
to really
blink
think
of
about
an
it.
eye.
I'm about to make $100 million on 2020, and I go from $100 million to zero in a matter of 6 months. It makes you want to. Thank God for me, I have a strong mind, because for the weak mind, that person would jump off a bridge.
Right.
For me, right away, I knew that I had to make moves. So March 25th, I get my notice. On April 3rd, it's a Friday, I filed my application for the insurance that I need for my new company. In 15 days, 15 days, Jesus, in 15 days, normally the application takes between 45 to 60 days to
Right.
get approved. In 15 days, I get approved
Right.
for what I need to do. So in my mind, now I know the game plan.
But that's a sign, right? Like I take that as a sign. That to me is that divine energy that's saying, okay, you made the choice to pivot and you're on the right path. That's how I
Well,
would read it.
I'll take it as a sign. I'll take it as whatever it came to me.
Confirmation. Yep.
God guided me. The universe guided me, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna do something bigger and greater than California labor force. April 24th, 15 working days, not 15 calendar days, 15 working days. I get approved to print money, basically.
Right.
And I launched on May 1st. May 1st was a very special day for me, because May 1st is May Day. It's a day of labor. It's a world recognized day, and God has guided me. I'm gonna even take it deeper. All my grand openings of all my clubs, all my events, anything that I've noticed it in my life.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, the first of every month that has been a grand opening has been like a blessing to me. So when I launched California, or CalX, California Labor Exchange, on May 1st, to me, it was a blessing from the universe.
Right.
I'm going to tell you right now, we're on May 5th. In 4 days, Carmen, in 4 days, I've probably done about $10 million worth of contracts.
Right.
In 4 days.
Of course. Of
In
course.
4 days,
Congratulations.
if you think about that, Carmen, it's $2.5 million a day.
Right.
Just contracts.
Right.
So I'm halfway there in 4 days. Imagine what I'm going to do in the next couple of days. The only reason why I took a pause today is because I'm a partner in Chachos. I'm
Right.
here today, and
and you had me.
and my partner and I was like, how am I going to do this? I'm going to have some margaritas, and then I have my partner Carmen's gonna call me, and we have to do an interview, and I have to hold it with her for an hour. So imagine.
No, this
What
is really exciting. I knew something was going on, but we didn't get a chance to talk yet. So thank you for sharing with me all this. We're all hearing it together for the first time. And I know, I mean, for me, this is such a huge example of having foresight and, seeing trends, planning,
yeah,
having the fortitude to deal with what you have to deal with. But more than anything, and this is what we talk about, this is what we're trying to help people, right? Is, oh, I don't know where you, oh, there you
there we
are.
go. I got you.
It's it's about having the confidence. And where does that come from? It's got to come from within. Whether you're an entrepreneur artist like myself, I'm a CBD educator, I'm a founder of my skincare company. We're all CEOs of our lives. Whether you're a musician, you have the power within you to take it to the next level. You're just going to have that confidence. And that's what we're trying to help just by we're trying to help by sharing our stories and sharing some insight. But also, and I just noticed that we lost Mauricio, so he should be back shortly. But also, I think it's really important. Device is not connected. There we go. Woohoo! I was on it.
So,
I was on it. But I was just saying that all of this comes from within, and that we're all connected, and that we all have the power to change the course of our lives. But it takes fortitude. It takes the mindset. It takes so many other components besides just the confidence and the talent.
yeah.
But without the confidence, none of that
Hey,
can be
hey,
moved
Carmen,
forward.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. I'm behind the fucking trash cans. I'm with the trash cans right now. I'm gonna be one of your first billionaires coming out of Silicon Valley, and I don't give a fuck that I'm behind here with the trash cans. And I know that I have a potty mouth sometimes, but I'm gonna
After
tell you
two
something right now.
margaritas.
And no, well, maybe the margaritas, but that's me. That's who I am, Carmen, and you know
Hey,
that. But
I
you know
know.
what? I can be wherever I'm at right now, and
Right.
it doesn't change who Mauricio Mejia is.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
that's that's who we are.
Right.
We
Right.
don't we don't live we're not living a facade or fake life. I mean, look, I'm here to make money. I'm here to, and it's not here about making money. I'm here to make an impact.
Well,
First and
that's what we're doing with the show. And I explained
yes,
that at the beginning, right? We have two different styles, but we want to help people. We have networks, we have our resources, we have our ideas, we have our pointers.
yes,
Like we want to help. And part of that story is by telling our stories.
yes.
Could you touch a little bit about, like, I'm really interested, and I know that you and I off camera have had these conversations, so I think it's important to have it on camera as well. What is that feeling when you have been betrayed
Mm.
by a partner? Like, really, like, don't sugarcoat it, go deep. I can share too if anyone's
Um,
interested, but what is that
no,
feeling? What does it feel like to you?
it hurts.
Yeah,
It hurts. It hurts
I know.
because you trust
Yeah,
and because you become vulnerable.
yes.
And Carmen, you're messed up for doing this, but I'm gonna do it
I'm
because
sorry, that was not my
but I'm gonna do it
intention.
because I want people to see it because um, a partnership is like a marriage,
Yeah.
and when you become vulnerable to your partner, you'll give everything and anything that you can, and when they betray you, it
I
hurts.
know.
But but these
Yeah. Okay,
tears and
stop
this
it.
and this
Stop
tears
it.
these tears and these emotion, Carmen, is what fuels me to go to the next level. So
Exactly.
so these tears come out of me because it surfaces, but I promise you that the person that hurts you the best revenge is massive success.
Yeah.
So I started California labor force in 2014, January 1st, 2014. I was ejected from my own company July 12th at 10 a.m. I remember the date, in front of my partner, in front of my corporate attorney, who I thought was my friend. And on March 25th of 2020, I was given my 5-day notice. And in 2020, I would have made $100 million worth of gross business.
Right.
And for me to be told that basically, fuck you, you're on your own now, it reminded me of what it was like to sleep on the floor and what it was like to be in an environment like this. You're basically, there was my partner used to make a little statement, which I thought was a joke, but he used to make a statement that would say, who would throw away a perfectly good Mauricio? It's almost like it was, you would think about it, it's like, but who would throw away a perfectly good Mauricio? It's be like Carmen. Who would throw away a perfectly good Carmen? You're talented. You have a bunch of relationships, and to be used and then to be taken to the point where people think that they can do it on their own. At the end of the day, Carmen, it takes a team to make magic.
Right.
And that's the bottom line. So for me, it just, I use this pain as my energy to catapult me to the next level in life.
I'm with you. This is something that you and I have in common. We've talked about it before. I can tell you a few of my stories, and there's more than one betrayal in my life on different levels, personal and professional.
Yeah.
And we can maybe dive into that some other time. But it's absolutely one of the worst feelings in the world when you are trying to give birth to an idea and trying to create something together, and you think you're in it for the long haul with this person or these people. Yeah, you're bringing up a lot of stuff for me too. This is not good.
So, Carmen, I'm going to tell you right now, entrepreneurship, for everyone that's watching us tonight, entrepreneurship, people may think that it's sexy. You know what? If you think entrepreneurship is sexy, you're in the wrong business. You're barking up the wrong tree. Because entrepreneurship is about hard work. Entrepreneurship is about having guts. Entrepreneurship is about blood, tears, sweat, everything. It's about crying for your business. At the end of the day, you reap what you sow. So when you have these entrepreneurs that are out there, they put these little CEO titles or these little entrepreneur titles when they haven't felt what the real pain is. I laugh at them because they won't survive. They'll end up getting a 9-to-5 job, which I don't, I don't disrespect people that have 9-to-5 jobs. That's right. Hey, you have an employee mindset, go right ahead. You and I, we're bred in we come from a different cloth. For me, it's
a Salvadorian cloth, though. We do have that in common.
Hey, we're Salvadorians. We're the guys that go in. We're the people that go in there with machetes, and we cut.
We're small but mighty.
Hey, we cut our way through the jungle. So for me, it's really painful, but at the end of the day, Carmen, I'm going to tell you right now, you being my partner and we're doing our confidence strategies 101. I'm going to tell you right now, if it doesn't kill you, if it doesn't hurt you, it only makes you stronger.
That's right. 100%.
And at the end of the day, I challenge anyone that's out there watching our show that wants to step up to us. I will outwork you. I will outpatient you. I will outwork 100,000,000% because I'm a competitive entrepreneur. I am a true business person at to the fullest. And my goal is to represent one, Latinos, one to represent Salvadorian, one to represent the underdog. That I will outwork anybody. Put me to the challenge. And that's why I own multiple companies. That's why my goal by originally it was 2021. Now with this little pandemic, COVID-19 that we're dealing with, this little what I call this little blip in the system, by 2022, I will become one of the Latino billionaires of Silicon Valley. But it's not to be because I want to have that title. It's because I want to use that income, that money, to impact our community, to help others. I don't need that money. I don't need it.
What we're trying to do right here every week is to bring people up with us. That's something that else that you and I have in common that I noticed is where we are today in our lives. For me, that is one of the motivating factors, is bringing others like us, whether it's the Latino factor, whether it's the Salvadorian factor, whether it's the entrepreneur factor or the musician and the artist factor. I want all of us to rise together. And what I'm hoping that these conversations are doing is allowing people to hear the realities of it, not to scare them, but to arm them with ideas and advice and guidance and tools and resources. And you and I, know a lot of people. We know a lot of coaches. Word's getting out. I want to say one quick thing, Mauricio. We have to celebrate today. We're going to move past the tears part. We have to celebrate, right? It's the underdog. Chachas, woohoo! It's that underdog victory, right? At Puebla. It was a small Mexican army versus the larger, should have won French army. I mean, to me, that spirit for us to be doing this show is right embroiled in what we're talking about. But I also want to start giving some shout outs to people who are reaching out to me and sharing with us their successes. And you know this lady, you know Veronica, right? You know her. And I'm not going to tell her story because it's not my story to tell. But I will say this. She is an executive skills coach, and he started thinking about her pivot at the very beginning of this pandemic when we started seeing that things were going to start change. She started making her boss lady moves several weeks ago, and she rebranded. She made the move. She invested in herself. She took a leap of faith. And I just learned today that she just landed a fantastic new contract. So we have to celebrate, Veronica. I think you're still with us. Yeah, she says, I'm with you, Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah.
But yes.
You know what's funny, Carmen? We are like a Bonnie and Clyde. It's hilarious.
But we have to celebrate. So congratulations to Veronica because you are doing it. You are doing exactly.
Veronica owes me a phone call, so I'm going to call her out right now. She owes me a phone call.
I know.
And she owes me a meeting, so she's not fully certified until she goes through my.
She's been busy. Yeah. I got to stand up for my girl. But no, for sure. And those are the types of stories too that I want to bring, in the future. And I know that we've gone over our typical 30 minutes, but I hope that this has been worth it for all of you that are sticking with us. And, some of you are back every week, and I'm really grateful for that. We have been sharing some tips with you. And in the last couple of weeks, we shared 5 tips. So hopefully you all got some of those. The one that I wanted to sort of reemphasize today is that you have us here. You can reach us. You can ask us questions. We have our Milagro Mejia Confidence Strategies 101 Facebook group. If you want to join the group, just ask and we'll let you into the group. We will post things as we learn them. We've gone over a lot of small little tips and tools. One of them being this platform, StreamYard. For those of you that have never done lives before, yes, we are still learning it. We're still struggling. That's part of the authenticity of this show. But it is still, in my opinion, and I think in your opinion, Mauricio, it is still the easiest platform to do lives that I've seen.
And by all means, I did it for 8 hours today here at Chacho's at my restaurant in downtown San Jose. This was the platform that I used, and you know what? Honestly, going back to what you just touched on. Look, if you don't ask, you don't get.
Right.
Period.
That was one of the pops of confidence.
Yeah, if it's in the Bible. You want help, you got to raise your hand. You got to ask for help. Not in those words, but it's in there.
Right.
If you want to be successful in life, you cannot do it on your own. You need the help of others, and you're only as good as you're only as strong and good as your team. If I try to do this solo, Mauricio, I would not be as strong as I am with you moving forward. We would not be strong moving forward if we didn't have other people that we can reach out to.
Right.
At the end of the day, today we're in downtown San Jose. We opened up our restaurant for Cinco de Mayo. We are the only busiest restaurant and busiest business in downtown San Jose because we kept relevant. We have a team. There's a team of us that are promoting our place because we care about our place. We want to be successful. If you don't want to be successful, then shut the doors down, be quiet, turn the light off, and call it a night. That's it. If you can muster that in your stomach, then good for you. I'm not that guy. I'm not that person that can give up that easy. If I'm going to give up, I'm giving up with a fight. No different than the captain and his ship. The captain always goes down with his ship. I'm the captain. If anyone's going to sink my battleship or my boat, it's going to be me. Nobody else. At the end of the day, I'll make sure that everyone is safe, but I will go down with my own ship. And that's just my heart. That's just the way I am. That's the way I'm built. Because at the end of the day, you know what? That's just the way I'm programmed.
Right.
So,
not everyone is. Not everyone is.
Carmen, they're no different than you and I. The only people that are going to sink our ship, our show, is you and I. Bottom line.
That's why we have to find a producer.
Yeah. Well, at that point, yeah, at that point we're dealing with a whole different level. But
right,
like I'm saying, you hit a very touchy point, a very core of my betrayal. It hurts.
Yes.
But it's no different than a relationship and a partnership. You have to get over it. Period.
Right.
If you don't get over it, if you dwell on it, you'll never succeed. You'll never grow and you'll never move forward.
Right.
So for me in business, yeah, it hurts. But I'm going to tell you right now, the best revenge, and I'm going to end it with this, the best revenge is massive success. Period. Done.
I got you. I get it. I agree 100%. And I'm gonna add my 2 cents into that because I also feel like it's it's that inner language that you use with any situation, but in this particular topic that we've touched on, betrayal, which you and I both have endured. It is also really important to reframe that betrayal. So one thing that I did when I was starting out very early on in the music business, I was betrayed by a producer, friend, musician that I trusted 100%. And when it all went down and I had people coming and to support me that were his friends, mind you, and I had to step back and look at it because it crippled me. I'm not going to lie. I was under the bed, in the bed, under the covers for a little while. And then I said, okay, enough is enough. Now I got to figure this out because he did teach me one thing. And this is my point. Sometimes from those betrayals come the most poignant, the most important teachable moments, but you have to be willing to see it. And how I did that was I looked at it as a very expensive tuition. The money that betrayal cost me was my tuition for that lesson. And once I was able to reframe that, I was able to move on and blow past it and do things that I didn't even think that I could do in music. That's a whole other shit.
I'm going to tell you, you're an artist, you're a musician, and the best music that comes out of you is when you're hurt. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to share a couple of artists that are my favorite. Keith Sweat, I'll Be Sure, Enrique Iglesias,
Carmen Milagro.
And mira, te lo digo ahorita, the best salsa songs, even the best country songs. And I'm not a country music fan, but they're from heartbreak, they're from hurt, they're from pain. But we flip them, and that's no different than what we're doing now.
Exactly.
We have to turn that negative energy into positive, and then we have to exert that into some greatness. And you know what, Carmen, you're an amazing woman. You have an amazing talent, and you're lucky you're my partner. You're lucky you're my partner because I told you, I said, if you were my partner or my friend, you know, I'd be like the guy, I'd be like, hey, hey, what's up, girl?
Ay, ay, qué bárbaro, qué bárbaro. Híjole.
Hey,
Okay.
that's the margaritas talking. That's the margaritas.
Yeah, I know.
So I know. So
Okay.
we're gonna end it right here.
People don't want to hear that. Okay.
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back and have some. You're blushing too. Look, you're blushing. Like, oh my God, you're like all red in your face. Carmen, I love you with all. Hey, I love you with all my heart. You're an amazing woman, and I'm very blessed to have you as a partner in our show. And
I feel the same.
hey, look, we're gonna do some amazing things together, and this is only the beginning. So we only get better as we keep going. So
yes,
I'm gonna check out because we're already way over our time.
I know. But before you go, you've got something going on Wednesdays too. I want to make sure that we talk about it on the Tuesday show.
Thank you.
Because that's what partners do.
So tomorrow I have my friend Milton Olave. He's going to be broadcasting live with me from Miami. He has produced over $750 million in sales with business. He was the right-hand man for Tony Robbins for the Latino division. He is my personal coach and friend, and I'm gonna have him tomorrow on my show. Great. And then the following week, I'm booking other people, and just to confirm, I have booked Stedman. Stedman is going to be, and I'm not going to give the date yet. We're finalizing our dates, but it's coming soon. But every week, I'm going to be showcasing a very talented and very successful person because I want to share the secrets of what makes these people successful. And my goal is to eventually start to cross over them to our show. So right now, 100%. Obviously we're breaking grounds right now, and then Wednesday, obviously I'm luring these people in to come into onto my show, and I'm excited because there's a lot of I'll share with you I'm gonna share tomorrow the list. Last week I had my friend and a good mentee of mine, Zaira Ramos, who's very successful, a young entrepreneur, Latina woman. And
single mom.
Yeah, and this week I have Milton, and then I have a couple other people that I'll read the list tomorrow. But yes, it's gonna be big, and the only way we get to learn and grow is by listening and associating ourselves with people that have been there. So to have my friend Milton on my show tomorrow at 7 p.m. It's gonna be 10 p.m. his time in Miami. He to have $750 million worth of knowledge shared with you, right. And he's an exciting and very motivating Latino from Colombia. Oh God, get ready.
Well, I can't wait for our evolution because you're further ahead in your show than we are. So it's really nice to see the milestones that we're going to accomplish together, because between the two of us, we are going to have some incredible guests. I guarantee you that. Yes. So I think that's about it.
Well, Stedman was going to be a part of our show. Yes. I promise you, we're going to have Stedman Graham on our show. We got to build our base, and we'll be there. So
well, hopefully everyone that is here with us today will share our page, which is Milagro Mejia Confidence Strategies. They'll talk about us, good or bad. We're not everybody's cup of tea. We know this, and we're still going forward to do what we have to do. So that's right. So thank you, Mauricio. Thanks for taking time out of all what you need to do at Chacho's. I can't wait to go back.
Hey, just so you know, there's a party behind this door right here. So when I go in, it's like right now it's quiet back here, but when I go in there, it's gonna be like
I know.
Like it's
on. I know. And where's your mask? I saw you with a mask earlier.
Oh, I left it behind. I think I might have dropped it. So anyway, I love you, Carmen.
Take care. I love you too. Thank you all. Everyone. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week at 7 o'clock. And we promise we won't talk as much next week. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for staying with us. And we hope that we can help you in one way or another. And tune in every week, 7 o'clock. Ciao. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Enjoy, be safe, and we'll see you next week. I'm trying to find the end broadcast button. Okay, bye.